Hello, my beautiful friends, and welcome back to Alien Protocols. You know, as humans have gotten smarter and built on the knowledge of previous geniuses, science has expanded and grown, and we keep learning more and more things, and we've gotten to a limit in our understanding, this quantum wall, where relativity and quantum mechanics, there's a great deal of difficulty in blending them together. But even when you just look at the quantum world, there's so many mysteries. Now, this is the old kind of version of how an atom looks, but just for the purposes of this demonstration, I would want to draw it like this to show you this wonderful, mysterious realm that is somewhere. And then at the end, make a wild supposition. Really cool thing about atoms, one of them, is that there's these shells where electrons kind of lurk. It's all clouds now, they call it, probability. But they know that an electron can jump from one of these layers in the cloud of probability to another. And what it does is it doesn't walk across. It literally disappears and reappears here. It goes somewhere, it does something, it disappears, it blips out of our universe. And this space that it goes into is a very weird place. The same thing is true with quantum tunneling. There will be a subatomic particle and it'll have a barrier of some kind, and it will tunnel through. It won't walk through, it literally will appear on the other side. And even lately they say that this is, even under the right circumstances, can be faster than the speed of light, which defies everything. You know, and then when you look at space-time, at the smallest levels, it's not flat. It's wiggly and dynamic, and it's bursting and breaking apart and coming back together. And subatomic particles, virtual particles, appear out of nowhere, out of somewhere, some other space-time, some other something, and then come back together, unite, annihilate each other, and then the fabric of space-time is normal again. And the same thing's true of these vacuum virtual particles. These little Feynman diagrams where they, positron and antipositron will blip out of nowhere, collide, make an explosion of some kind, and disappear again. And people will call this area the quantum field, or de Sitter space, or anti-de Sitter space, or Minkowski space, or something I like to think of is like an exploit, the Lyman. There's this place in reality, and from my experience doing remote viewing, it seems like any place in space and time, if you go there, you can recover all the data from that location. And time again, I've gone to places and been able to gather the weirdest data of anything that ever intersected with this space and time area right here. That data is available. And what I mean by an exploit is, it's kind of like a hole. In video games, they have this thing called an exploit where there's a broken part of the programming, and you can kind of, through all sorts of different methods, get behind reality and do things that are completely impossible on this side of reality. Travel incredible distances in a second. Get data that's just unimaginable. Or affect different areas of space-time farther away than you. And that's essentially what psychokinesis is. And so you can call this area the Lyman, you can call it whatever you want. But there is this mysterious place where virtual particles come from, leap out of, reconnect, and come back together. It's the place where tunneling quantum disappear to for a moment and come back on the other side, or where they go jumping between shells. Whatever it is, whatever you call it, it is cool. Much love.